The letter that saved me. Her name was Lina. She was 14. She didn't talk much. Not because she couldn't, but because no one really listened. At school, Lina sat alone. At home, she stayed in her room. Her parents worked a lot. Her phone stayed silent. Every day felt the same. Wake up. Go to school. Come back. Sleep. Until one day. In the school library. She opened a book that changed her life. It was raining that day. Lina went to the library, her safe place. She sat near the back, next to the oldest shelf. She picked a thick blue book. It looked forgotten. Dusty. No title on the cover. She opened to the middle. And something fell out. A folded letter. Old paper. Light ink. No name. No date. She read the first line. If you're reading this, you matter. Her hands froze. No one ever said that to her before. She kept reading. The letter continued. I don't know who you are. But I know what it feels like to be invisible. I know how hard it is to keep going. Please, don't stop. One day, your light will help someone else. Maybe this is that day. Lina blinked. She read it again. And again. The words felt like fire and water at the same time. Warm. Healing. Alive. She folded the letter slowly. And for the first time in weeks, she smiled. That night, Lina couldn't sleep. She held the letter close. Reread it 10 times. Then she did something new. She wrote a reply. Dear stranger. I found your letter in a book today. I don't know who you are. But your words felt like they were meant for me. I'm quiet. Alone. But today? I felt seen. Thank you. She signed it. Lina. Next day, she returned to the library. Opened the same book. And carefully slid her note between the pages. Then she left. 3 days passed. Lina visited the book every day. On the 4th day, there was a new note. Hi Lina. I read your reply. I smiled the whole day. You're not invisible. Not anymore. Maybe we can keep writing. We don't have to say who we are. Just share. Be real. It was signed. Me. Lina's heart beat fast. For the first time in her life. She wasn't the only one in her world. They started writing every week. The book became their mailbox. They left notes. Drawings. Short poems. No names. No faces. Just honesty. Lina wrote about her silence. Her fears. Her wish to be brave. Mead wrote about doubt. About not fitting in. About hiding pain behind jokes. But together, they didn't feel alone anymore. One letter ended with, sometimes the people who smile the most cry the deepest. Lina replied. And sometimes, letters save lives. Lina started to change. Not loudly, but slowly. She sat a little straighter. Smiled a little more. In class, she raised her hand once. People noticed. At lunch, a girl asked, Are you okay? Lina said. Better than before. Each day, she added a piece of herself to the letters. And with every reply, her world grew warmer. But a small part of her still wondered. Who is me? One letter asked. Have you ever thought about who I am? Lina wrote back. Yes. But I think part of the magic is not knowing. Still, curiosity grew. She began watching students in the library. Who smiled at old books? Who looked thoughtful? Could it be someone she knew? But she didn't want to ruin it. So she wrote. Let's not find each other. Let's just be here. In this book. In this safe place. One rainy day, Lina rushed to the shelf. Opened the book. No letter. She checked again. Nothing. Her heart sank. Had Mead stopped writing? Days passed. Still nothing. She felt lost again. But not the same kind of lost. This time, it hurt more. Because now she knew what it was like to feel found. 2 weeks later, she returned again. Not hoping, just remembering. She opened the book one last time. A new page was folded deep inside. Dear Lina, I'm sorry I was gone. I had a hard week. I felt heavy. Dark. I wanted to disappear. But then I thought of you. Your words were my light. You saved me too. Lina cried. But they were warm tears. Lina started writing longer letters. Not just about her day, but about her thoughts. Sometimes I feel like I'm made of glass, she wrote. Like people see through me. Mead replied. You're not glass. You're a window. Light passes through you and makes the world brighter. That line stayed with her. She wrote it on her notebook. Even whispered it to herself before sleep. She didn't need to be loud. She just needed to stay open. One day, Lina wrote. Have you ever wanted to meet? She folded the note. Paused. Then added. I'm not sure I'm ready. But I'd like to hear your voice. One day. A week later, the reply came. I dream of that too. But maybe this is enough. Because sometimes, knowing someone gets you is stronger than seeing them. She smiled. It was true. Some things don't need eyes. They need heart. One morning, disaster hit. She came to the shelf. The book was gone. Her hands shook. She searched all over the library. Then she saw it. On a desk. Open. 2 students laughing. Look at this, one said. You're not glass. You're a window. What is this poetry junk? They were reading the letters. Lina's face turned white. She ran. That night, she cried harder than ever. Not because of shame, but because someone had broken something sacred. Next day, she went to the library. Found the book. And saw a new note. Lina, I'm sorry. I saw what happened. If you want to stop, I understand. But I'll always be 1 page away. She held the letter close. Then stood up. No, she whispered. They can't take this from me. Lina took a deep breath. She wrote one more letter. Dear me. Thank you for giving me hope. You helped me stand when I wanted to disappear. But now, I want to know. Even just once, who are you? She didn't fold the note. She placed it open in the book. No hiding. For 3 days, nothing happened. No reply. No clue. Lina tried not to hope. Tried to forget. But each day, the empty book hurt a little more. Then, on the 4th day, a new note. But it wasn't folded. It was an envelope. With her name. Inside, one line. Tomorrow. Library. 4 p.m. Her hands shook. The next day, she came early. Waited near the old shelf. At 4:01, footsteps. A boy walked in. Tall. Dark hoodie. Nervous hands. He looked at her. She looked at him. Hi, he said softly. I'm me. She laughed. Not out of shock, but relief. I'm Lina. They sat down. Said nothing for a while. Then both spoke at once. Thank you. His name was Eli. He loved writing. Struggled with sadness. Was afraid of being too much. She listened. Told him about glass. About the window. They laughed. Shared secrets. Drank tea from the school cafe. At the end, she said, "I'm glad we waited. The letters made it real." He nodded. They saved me too. They made a decision. Together, they started a project. Words that heal, a secret letter shelf. Students could write notes. Leave kind words. Take messages when they needed hope. No names. No rules. Only truth. Within weeks, the shelf filled up. Some wrote, "I needed this. I'm still here because of you. I don't feel alone anymore." Months later, Lina wrote one last note. She placed it at the back of the old blue book. It read, "If you're reading this, you matter. This isn't the end. It's your beginning. And maybe, one day, you'll write the letter. That saves someone too." Then she smiled, walked away, and left the book open.